Hello there, welcome to the YouTube channel at FTR96 with your host Nicholas Whitewolf. Okay, today we're going to do a meditation called Bands of Power. It's a Quero meditation, visualization, and the Quero are the indigenous Indians from the high plateau mountains of Peru. Okay, they are said to be the descendants of the Inca. So obviously Francesco Pizarro and his 200 men invaded the shores of these areas in 1531. They were welcomed. One of the reasons why they were able to beat these warriors with 200 men is because they were welcomed in the big gallows onto the beach. They were seen as gods. The Inca had visions. So cut a long story short, in about 1950s, from the high plateaus, these people started to come back down from the mountains. They had insignias on their clothing that people knew come from these days of the Inca and those traditions. And when asked why, they said because it is time. What they called the Pachacuti, which is one of the Inca kings. The Pachacuti is the turn of time. So the turn of the time in 1531 was the invaders and the colonisation of the country. And now it's time to return back to these indigenous. And this is remnant in lots of spiritual paths and religions around the world. I could talk about this quite a lot, but I'm not going to. So, the bands of power. What I'm intent on doing is being transparent, allowing people to understand and know these different practices that they use. Obviously, if you've watched any of my other videos, the three facets that I use for anything is love, light and intention. So this is no different. So you'll ask yourself, what is a band of power? A band of power is what I like to call a psychic overcoat. It's bands that run up your various parts of your body, covering different meridians or chakras, whatever you call them. And it's a psychic overcoat. A psychic overcoat, as I explain it, is different from the word protection, because protection comes from a place of fear. And I don't believe any of this work should be afraid, and you shouldn't be afraid of anything in essence. So these bands of powers are different colours based upon different elements. So we'll start off by opening our circle in the Quero medicine wheel tradition. To the winds of the south, to Amora, the Sachamama, the serpent, please be with me in sacred space. As you do, shedding skins, finding new stories, please use that as an analogy for my life. Aho! To the winds of the west, to the jaguars and the black panthers, please be with me in this sacred space, the keepers of death and the knowledge of death. Like you do in your rainforest, you go deep into the darkness. Please allow me to use that and reflect as I go into the darkness of myself or the shadow. And allow me to, without fear, use death as an ally, which in consequence will allow you to enjoy every day. To the winds of the north, the hummingbird, please be with me in sacred space. As you do with your migration each year, unlimited physiology with your small wings, allow that to be reflected into the journey of my life. Unlimited tools am I able to transgress through the situations in my life. And like you do, by only eating nectar, please allow me only to feed off the true nectar of life. Aho! To the winds of the east, to the condors, to the eagles, to the spirit. As you do flying high in the mountains, being able to assess situations and look down, please allow me to do the same. Aho! South, west, north, east. In clockwise fashion, our circle is now open. Oh! Before we start, as ever, Agua de Florinda. There's lots of different traditions I use, but I generally use this. And sage, frankincense, lots of different ones. So we go. 1, 2, 3. And it just allows the space to be purified, you know. What I call non-conscious energies, which are energies that build up, you know, emotion. I phrase as energy in motion, emotion. If you discuss the 4 chambers, which I've looked at in other videos, the spiritual, the ethereal, the divine, the physical, the energetical, emotion that we produce as humans, the genera, you know, can be quite sticky and heavy. And, you know, you walk into a room, you can sense an atmosphere, a bit like that. They're non-conscious energies, okay? Conscious energies, obviously, are spirit entities. It's a different thing altogether. You'd still use that, but you'd use different practices with working with them. Okay, so now, as I've said, we open the Viracocha, the source of the sacred. I do it 3 times. You know, the higher self, the soul compilation, one that knows all of your stories. Just bring it through, and you dig into it at the top like a halo from the Renaissance art. You just dig into it. Back to the central position. Even the prayer position in a lot of the Eastern cultures, that's reflectors of the various meridians. And now we call in the Pachamama, Gaia, Mother Earth, our universal mother. Very remnant in the sacrament. The Father, the Son and the Holy Ghost, and Mother Mary is all the same. We're just calling in the archaic feminine energy. Pachamama, please be with me in sacred space. As a mother does, sending love to her children. Through the roots of the ground, rise up. Send me love. Aho! To the Son, our Father, the Inti, please be with me in sacred space. As a father does and sheds love onto his child. Please do so. So now we're encapsulated with a clockwise magic circle. From the mother to the father in your energy bubble. With your higher self, your Viracocha, your halo, whatever. So now we're all in balance. Just remember, in my ethos of spiritual socialism, there is no hierarchy. That's why everything is a circle, really. It's the same perception, no matter where you sit. So all of this, we are allowed to have our halos. We are allowed to connect the archetypes, the elements. We are allowed to connect to the Great Mother, the feminine, the Great Father, the masculine. And we are able to bring it down. I like to use it from the Marvel movies, the Infinity Stone. We bring it down into our essence. So now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, combined in my love from the Viracocha with my intention with light. There we go. Nice and simple. Do it yourself. We don't need all of these, you know, big expensive subscriptions to, you know, various meditations. You can just do it yourself as long as you have love, light and intention. Okay, we're going to move on to the bands of power. So the bands of power are a psychic overcoat. They're clockwise bands that go around each part of you. You have a red, a black, a red, a yellow, a silver and a white. So you've got earth, you've got water, you've got fire, you've got air and you've got the divine. Okay, so you've got all of those coming up. So they go clockwise around you and all we're doing is solidifying our attention to the ground, a psychic overcoat. I like to do this most days on the assumption you're going on to the outside world. You're just putting your coat on, your psychic overcoat, as you would do a raincoat. It's not about protection from a place of fear. It's just to protect you from getting wet. So, start off then, along your bottom 2 chakras, okay? Just put your hand, and clockwise fashion, you've got a black, earthy band. So I like to visualise the earth like a a belt that's made of soil. It's coming round and it's clicking in. You can have this belt, this black earthy belt, on various facets. It can be here, here, here. I really like to believe that our energy bodies are about this wide from our arms, so I like to have mine about here, about 10 inches away from the physical body. Just to give, if you put it too close, I feel it contracts you a bit. And all you're doing is, if in the day any non-conscious energies come your way, they're just trickling off it. We've got an energetic overcoat on, and it's just trickling back to Mother Earth. So, okay, the earthy belt, click, okay, love, light and tension, but you get sick of hearing that because I know I do. Okay, next one, of your solar plexus, into the red, the blood of earth. I don't know if you can see my picture here. That's me grandfather, great-grandfather and great-great-grandfather coming back from the First World War. Not that I'm a war advocate, but it's important to recognise these things of our ancestry. But that's another video. Okay, so we've got this red band now running around this chakra on your solar plexus. Clockwise, the blood, the water. So we've got earth, water, love, light, intention. Spend some time with a clockwise band. Solidifying from the light, from the divine, from the Inti, from Father, Son, the heavens, and from the grounding of our mothers, the natural grounding of the feminine coming into our infinity stone, our centre. We have the soul compilation, the Wirukatcha, the higher self, the halo, all coming to this moment, all in complete balance, surrounded by the archetypes, all about love. I like. Okay, so now, hand on your heart. I always use a right hand, it's probably easier obviously, for dexterity reasons. On your heart. Band going around, 10 inches clockwise, yellow, fire. The element of fire. 10 inches, so we'll try to take into account all of the light, the earth, the archetypes, just a general balance and grounding. I like to look at it as being suspended in my energy bubble, or for you who've read the Castaneda books, the Illuminous Egg. I don't like to names drop very often. So the Illuminous Egg, suspended in love, light and intention. The intention is simple. Wherever I go with my energy body, physical body, ethereal, divine, I go with love and I go with the intent. If I come across any energies, any heavy, sticky, non-conscious energies, they're just going to slip off my psychic overcoat, going to go down. Imagine it just gently coming down, back into the earth, back for the mother to recycle, back to the universal unit. Okay. Next, onto your throat. Same again. Silver of the air, of the wind. So now we're just gonna have it spinning with all of those intentions and all of the balance and love, archetypes, mother, father, light, earth, water, fire, air. And just breathe into a sense of love. I like to breathe into this infinity stone. Imagine it sat there as I'm breathing in, I'm just solidifying, projecting this light of love all around my energy bubble, my luminous egg, all around it, projected on to my intention for everything. If any unconscious energies come my way, it will just slide down my energy bubble, go back to the earth. Final one, the white for spirit. Same again, I haven't got to keep repeating it, just solidify your intention. So we're building this in the physical with our hands, we're building it in this energetic with our visualizations, we're building it in the divine with our intent. And the ethereal, our minds, kind of bypass that one. That's the one that likes to trick you and say, well, this isn't real, this isn't going to work. And just remember, if you believe in something, as long as the intent comes from a place of truth, it will always work. If you believe you're going to win the lottery, that's not a place of truth really, is it? Or intent. But if you believe that every sentient being that I engage in today, from the plants to the insects to people, I do so with open heart, with love, light and intention. And if I come across any energies that are unconscious, that are heavy, you know, you can feel it from people, you get just an instant kinesthetic idea, then all we're going to do is, we're not going to act or react, we're just going to allow it to filter through our psychic overcoats back into the earth. It's not personal. Okay, so let us just recap what we've done. We've opened a magic circle based upon the Quero medicine wheel. We brought in love from our collective feminine and masculine, our mothers and fathers. Grandmother Moon can come into it, Grandfather Fire has come into it, and we are just building this psychic overcoats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bands of power. So black, red, yellow, silver, white, earth, water, fire, air, divine. That's it. Every day, nicely breathing, like I say, 4 in, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. So that's every 16 seconds you're doing a breath. So just under 4 a minute. And that slows your heart rate down, your hertz, and we connect to the divine. Thank you for listening. Journey well.